Right, so we can start the recording. Right. Good morning, students, and welcome to our Saturday class. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I actually forgot my password on Zoom, so I had to go and reset it and do all of that. So that's the reason for it. But I'm here. And as promised, we are going to continue with the assignment question. We're going to go through it. So let's look at what happened in question 1B. 1A, we completed that, the while loop. So in this example, ma'am is testing you on your ability to understand what goes on with the for loop. Now, a quick revision of the for loop. Every for loop has a starting point. So Marianne, talk to me, Marianne. What's the starting point for this for loop? Where does it start from?
So it starts from the first value that's entered, that's declared. So int I equals whatever. I think it was 1 in most of those things.
Okay, in this example, what's the starting point in the for loop?
I actually can't see this, sir.
I'm sharing my screen with you, Marianne.
Yeah, I'm trying to enlarge it. Just give me a sec here.
Okay, anybody else wants to help Marianne who can see the screen?
The starting point is 0, sir.
Correct. Marianne, the starting point is 0, right? So there we go. It says int I equals 0. Now let me tell you something else about the for loop. Whenever we count with the for loop, we got to count in integers. We can't count 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. All right? So that's another important point to note about the for loop. And also, we use the for loop whenever we know how many times we got to run the loop. Okay, Marianne? All right. Whereas with the while loop, if I look at what happens in the while loop in the question 1A, the while loop, it's not necessary that we know how many times we're going to run the loop. Okay, Marianne? You see the difference between the while loop versus the for loop? Right? Now, in this while loop, it also has a definite ending point. Talk to me, anybody out here? Let's look at this example. Where does it stop?
I equals 9, or I is smaller than 10. So in that case, it would be I equals 9 on both.
Correct, Marianne. Correct, Marianne. Now I'm gonna test you a little bit more, Marianne. If I wanted to include the output of 10, Marianne, what do I need to do in my for loop header?
Okay, so we change it to I is smaller than 11.
Okay, lovely. I is smaller than 11. Very nice, very nice. Anybody wants to help me and tell me if that's what I need to do? Anybody else can come up with another solution? Anybody else want to talk to me, tell me about another solution? Come on, think.
I don't know, so are you able to say less than or equal to?
Yeah,
10?
yeah. Talk to me, tell me. Yeah, tell me. I'm listening. Hello? Ah, come on. That's the whole purpose of the Zoom session, that we talk to each other and everything. Come on.
I think the lady might also be having trouble with her network.
Okay. Marianne, talk to me now. Marianne, you said it's going to be less than 11, right? Right, Marianne?
Yeah.
Right. Let me see if I get the same output. Let me do some compiling. Marianne, I'm sharing my screen with code blocks. And can you see it, Marianne?
Yeah, I can. I've just zoomed it in a little bit. So
okay, great. Let's go and run. Marianne, check that out, Marianne. You said less than 11, so now it's including 10 in there. Check it out, Marianne.
There we go.
There we go. Beautiful. Now, one of the students said, I can also have less than or equal to. So that's what she meant, Marianne, right? So let me do a compiling. Let me compile this. Oh, it's giving me an error there. Expression equal to. How do I do that one? Do I put the equal to sign first? Equal to and less than. What's the story there? Why isn't it giving it to me? Mm, let me look at the code. Oh, there we go. Less than equal to sign. Oops. You know what I did? I forgot about a space there. Yeah, let me try it now, Marianne. Marianne, I did that on purpose, Marianne, to show you how important having a space is, Marianne.
I was actually trying to see if there was a semicolon here between I++ and the brackets. So I wasn't actually looking for spaces.
You're looking for that. Okay. Marianne, no, man.
That's something that catches me out quite often.
You're not the only one. It captures other people as well, Marianne. It captures other people as well. So let me run the code now, Marianne. Marianne, check it out, Marianne.
There we go.
There we go. So an important point to note with the for loop is that you can either have it one extra, like what Marianne said, less than 11, or we can have less than or equal to 10. I like the less than or equal to 10, Marianne. I don't know about you. Or Abdul, anybody else?
I just prefer using the single sign.
Okay. Abdul, what do you like, Abdul?
I think the less than or equal to is also neat. I like that one.
You like that? Okay. I see Charlton is on the call. Charlton, say hello to me. Charlton from
Howdy, how's it going?
Right, what do you like, Charlton? Do you like less than or equal to sign, or do you like less than?
Less than or equal to.
You like less than or equal to. Okay, I also like less than or equal to, right? But Marianne has to be different, and she's gonna say no, she wants less than 11. That's Charlton, you know how ladies are. They just want to know how like that.
Of course.
Okay, Marianne, joking.
They always win.
Yes. Now, Charlton, I also noticed something else about this for loop, Charlton. They don't have they didn't put it in brackets over here, Charlton. Right? I'm going to put that in brackets. Right, Charlton? And when they had past year exam papers, sometimes students used to get confused if they didn't put a bracket in there. A quick question for you, Charlton. Will it make a difference the way I wrote it now? Charlton?
Let's see.
Okay. I put it in brackets. In line number 7, I got an open bracket. In line number 8, I got a closed bracket.
Not really. I don't see the difference.
Okay, let's run the program. Marianne, what do you think, Marianne?
As long as it's a single line for the for statement, it shouldn't make any difference.
Ooh, Marianne, clever. Charlton, you check how confidently she answered that, Charlton. She said a single line. Yeah. Now don't get confused with that, because that's what the examiners did some years ago. They had a single line of code after the for loop, and it also works for others as well, right? With the if statement as well. So don't be confused. As long as there's a single line, you don't need to put down a curly bracket. But if there's more than one line that you want to include, then you've got to include curly brackets. Okay, Charlton, right?
Yes.
Right, Charlton, you got to be confident now. Be like Marianne, how confident she is. She says, as long as there's a single line, you don't have to worry about the brackets. Okay, good.
Definitely, we'll do that next time.
Good. Now I'm going to change this a little more, right? I'm going to change it here. I'm going to do something to this for loop. Right, so I'm going to do something to this for loop, and I'm going to put it in curly brackets because I now have an extra line of code over there, right? I'm going to say I is equal to I plus 1, right? Oopsie, I did 1 plus 1. I'm supposed to say I, right? So let's see what happens now. So this is, I'm testing you on your ability to comprehend what's going on or understand the concept of a for loop. Charlton, you want to guess what will happen, Charlton?
See out we'll be incrementing by a value of 1 from 0 going up until 10.
And Marianne, help us, Marianne.
Okay, so there isn't a new line statement, so it'll put all of its output on one line. It'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, Marianne said that. And Brandon, you there on the call? Abdul, anyone else wants to guess what's going to happen? Okay, let's compile the program. Let's compile the program. Let's see if I typed in. Oh, no errors. I'm so happy. Now, Marianne, you know what I did here, Marianne? I'm actually interfering with the for loop, the variable of the for loop, right? So I'm going to now run the program. I'm going to run the program. And Marianne, you did say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, huh, Marianne?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and you also said it's going to be on one line, right, Marianne?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what the compiler says to me, right? What it does. Marianne! Okay, Marianne, you're half right, Marianne. Check what it did, Marianne. Marianne.
Yeah, I can't actually get it zoomed in that far.
Okay, Charlton, just talk to Marianne. She's having a Zoom problem. She needs to get, you know, a Zoom on a Zoom call.
So I has been incremented twice. Well, first in the for loop and then in the body when it's been incremented by 1.
Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah.
Marianne, you check what happened. You are half right, Marianne. Everything was on one line. Okay, Marianne?
Yeah.
Okay. But
yeah,
this is something
that's
else you need to pay attention to in the exam. They will interfere with the for loop counter, the variable of the for loop. And if they interfere with that, Marianne, then the for loop will not run as many times as if we created it. As it should, yes. So be careful of that, right, Marianne? Okay. Right, Charlton? You notice that, Charlton?
Yes.
Right. So this I equals 0, I less than equal to 10, I plus plus, this would be standardized. But if inside the loop, inside the curly brackets, they are making a change to the variable, the loop variable, then be very careful. Okay, Marianne? Right. This is my purpose out here, and not to catch you out on all of that, but just to point out to you the little idiosyncrasies and what the lecturers would want to do to say that, do you understand what's going on in the loop? All right. Okay. Now, Marianne, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something weird now, right, Marianne? I'm going to say I is equal to I plus 20. Marianne, can you see how I affected the loop? Right, I affected the loop.
Yeah, I can. I'm just looking at this because then to my way of thinking, the loop would only run once because it'll go through as 0. 0 plus 20 is 20. It doesn't fulfill the limit anymore. So it's only going to run once and print 0.
Okay. Charlton, what do you think, Charlton?
I'm with Marianne on that.
Marianne, you've got a supporter, Marianne.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, Abdul, talk to me, Abdul. Oh yeah, Abdul got network issues.
I'm Team Marianne as well. I agree.
Oh my goodness, Marianne, you've got supporters. Anybody against Marianne over here? Brendan?
No, I'm on this one as well. It should only run.
Michaela? Oh, Marianne, okay, right. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to compile this program, right? I'm going to compile this program. So I compiled it. It says, hey, no errors. Now I'm going to run the program, right? Marianne, you seem to have a following and you. Marianne? Marianne, I lost you, Marianne. Abdul, Charlton?
No, I'm here. I'm looking because it seems to me like there isn't actually an output per se. Would I be correct in that? Am I seeing correctly?
There is an output. There's only one output, right? 0.
There's only 0.
Yeah, Yeah, Charlton, well done, well done. So now I've given you another
Okay.
characteristic of the
There we
while
go.
loop, of the for loop. The for loop needs to stop somewhere, and inside, if I make a change to it, don't let it run for 10 times. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay. Right. Let's do the next example, right? The next example was 1A. Let's see what ma'am wanted to textual out there in there, right? So I'm going to delete all of that. And right, so as it stands, this was the question. That was the question. Oh, there's two C outs. Now, some of you were too fast and you want to do the assignment ASAP. You went and did it. And you'll notice there's an error in the code, right? So the error was in line number 5. It says there's a problem with the way it's been written, okay? Now, if I'm marking if this is an exam, don't go and change the question. You answer the question as is. Okay, Marianne, Charlton, Abdul, Michaela, right? Palese. Okay, but this is the assignment, so I'm going to just correct that for ma'am, right?
Sorry, lost you on that. Please.
Oh,
Load shedding on his side has
hello,
just
Brian, I'm back
stopped.
again.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry about that. Right, I lost you for a little bit. So let's
Recording
go back.
has stopped till it resume.
Yeah, let me go and check that out. Let me sort that out now.
Okay, yeah, it's recording.
It's recording. Okay. Now in the exam, don't go and change the question, please. Right. Okay, Brandon, Charlton, Marianne, and all of that. You'll answer what is given to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So as it stands, if I had to copy this exactly word for word, verbatim, right, it's going to give me an error. Right. Did you all pick that up in the assignment? Charlton, yes. Talk to me. See the error. Right.
But I fixed it.
Okay, how do I fix it? Hello?
I just lost my screen. Are you sharing the screen? Can't
Hello?
seem to see anything.
Okay, how do I fix it?
We actually can't see your screen now,
Can't
sir.
see your screen.
Oops, sorry. Listen, this is what happens when there's load shedding. Even though I've got my laptop charged, I've got data on all of that, but my network is slow. Please talk to me and tell me that you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay. So how do I correct it?
What was the
error? You all saw this question before.
Yeah, the quotes.
The quotes, yeah. What about the quotes?
I think the quotes that were there in the question would bring up an error when you try to compile it.
What kind of error is that?
That's a syntax error.
Correct. That's a syntax error, right? Now, I hope ma'am will have to, for those students who did the assignment earlier on and they didn't realize that there was a typing error, that they'll mark it correctly and say, listen, it's a syntax error. Right, so I need to change that. I need to go and put that down, right? Okay, so if I now compile it, I is equal to 0. Hello, are you still with me?
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay, so let's see now what's the error now. What seems to be the error? It says expected initializer before 4. Oops. There we go. I didn't do that.
Curly brace.
Right, curly bracket, yeah. Right. Am I good to go? Tabang, you with me, Tabang? Let me compile it. There we go, Tabang. Check it out, Tabang. Check it out, Tabang. Are you cool with that? Tabang. Miriam.
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Right. Now, can you see what they were testing you out here was whether you get to grips with understanding, number one, whether you have one line being executed or 5 lines being executed. Also, they are testing you whether you get to grips with understanding I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 1. So it only ran one time. Marianne? Marianne! Brandon!
Sorry, your network is breaking up.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. You know, it's this.
You've gone robot voice.
Ooh, am I a robot? I am not a robot. Brandon.
I think it's good now. Sounds good.
It's good now. Okay, it's good. Okay. I switched my cell phone off. I switched my other laptop off. Okay. So can you see what they are expecting you to grasp the concept
Yes,
of?
sir.
The starting point of the for loop and the ending point of the for loop. Now, I'm going to change this. I'm going to say I less than 1. Charlton, Brandon, Marianne, what do you think will happen?
There will be no output.
Marianne, I didn't get that, Marianne.
I said there will be no output because you start at 1. So your thing is already larger than what you may have. The for loop will not execute.
Okay, Charlton, you know, Charlton's going to agree with you. I know that. Abdul's going to agree with you. Charlton, what you say? Are you agreeing with Marianne?
Of course, yes.
Hey, Marianne, what power you have over Charlton? He's just agreeing with you now. Okay, let me see if he's true, right? Let's run this program. Let's build and run the program. Yay, Marianne. Well done, Marianne. Well done, Charlton, for agreeing with Marianne. Okay, so that's what they were testing you out there. Let's do the next question. Let's see the next question, right? Let's copy this. Let's copy this loop. Control C, and we'll have a discussion on it. All right, so let me take that out. Control V, right? So here we go again. This time the loop is starting from position from 2. Now it says I greater than equal to 2, I plus plus. And oh, there's also a little error out here. I'm going to change that for us. But again, for those students who did it first, if they probably answered it as a, they would have said syntax error, right? But oh, we don't need an extra C out there. Right. Let's compile the program now. Yay! Talk to me. What did y'all get in the assignment? How did you answer this question?
Infinite loop.
Anybody talk to me? What were they? I'm now we are basically interrogating the question to find out what is it that they were testing us. Why did we get it right or wrong?
It's an infinite loop.
Ooh, infinite. Nice word you use. Infinite. Charlton, Brandon, talk to me. Anybody else?
Yes, I also agree that the loop will keep on running because the condition will always be true.
Oh, is that so? Okay, let's run the program quickly. Let's see it. Build and run. There we go, an infinite loop. Okay. Now this can also happen in a while loop where the value does not change inside the body of the loop, and then it becomes an infinite loop. Okay, so they're testing you on this concept of the infinite loop, right? Well done, good for you. Right? And you're not just agreeing with us what Marianne would say, right, Abdul? I hope you thought about it too, right? Okay, let's do the next question. In the next question, they said minus minus. Ooh, this is the first time we've got minus minus. Minus minus, big word I'm using, that means decrement. right? You get an increment and a decrement. That means it goes one less, right? So if I had to compile the program as is, if I compile the program as is, there's an error in syntax, but we are going to correct that error in syntax, and we can now run the program, right? Let's run the program, correcting the error, the syntax error. And Abdul, talk to me, Charlton, before I ask Marianne. What did you do in your assignment?
It's another infinite loop.
Infinite loop.
Marianne,
Infinite loop.
yeah, they all going to agree with you, Marianne. What do you think about that, Marianne? You got a following here, Marianne. All right, let's see if it compiles. It compiles, and let's run the program. Oh, Marianne is right. Marianne is right. Abdul is right. Charlton is right. Infinite loop. So let's see why this happened. I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 1, and we subtracted 1, so it becomes 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. It's going to continue all the time, right? So let me tell you what happens here, how you correct this error. Anyway, but before you tell me, Marianne, you can't answer this question. Abdul, you answer the question, Abdul. Or Charlton, how do I correct this with the minus sign?
Sorry,
Abdul?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, can you please explain the logic again of why is it an infinite loop?
Okay, very good. I like the question. Thank you for that. Who's asked the question? Identify yourself.
Itumeleng.
Intumeleng, how are you?
Fine, thanks, and yourself.
I'm ecstatic now that you asked me the question. Right. Now, Intumeleng, can you see the loop starts at 1? Intumeleng, keep your mic on.
Yes, I'm with you.
Right. Then it's got I less than equal to 1 Intumeleng.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the loop is going to run from 1 to 1, right?
Yes.
But look at the way the loop is either increasing or decreasing. In this case, it's decreasing by 1, right? Can you see minus, minus? Minus, minus means it's decreasing by 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if I take 1 and I decrease that by 1, what does it become? 1 minus 1?
It's 0.
Good. 0. 0 minus 1?
It's 1.
No, 0 minus 1?
0 minus 1. It's minus 1.
Right. Minus 1 minus 1?
It's 0.
No, minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. Right. Okay.
Minus 2.
Right.
Okay.
Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. Minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. And it goes on like that. That's why it's a never-ending loop. Okay?
Oh, yes.
Marianne pointed out, she said it's an infinite loop. She used that word, infinite, right? Okay, Intumeleng? Okay.
Oh, yes, I got it. The thing is that I was thinking, should it be decreasing? It will run only on the 0, like end at the 0, but I mistakenly not recall that it is minus.
I'm glad you learned something new in the last 15 minutes here. There we go. Can you see it running over and over and over and over? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 1. Tell me when you get the picture. Sipamandla, nice to see you with the camera on. Lovely. Thank you for keeping the camera on. Yes. Thank you, Sipamandla. Right. Okay, Intumeleng, do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Good. Right. Marianne, I want to correct this program. How do I correct it, Marianne?
Okay, let's see. 4 into I equals 1.
Abdul, Charlton, Sipamandla.
The 1 to 10 by any chance.
You remove the left hand sign.
You can increase that, sir. Increase
the
I
1.
instead of decreasing it.
I can increase it.
Yes, sir. So make it I plus plus.
All right. I'm going to put it I plus plus. compile this thing. Okay, stop there, right? But I still want it to run 10 times.
Okay.
Change the 1 to 10 or 11, perhaps.
Is that Brendan?
Yes,
Hello, Brendan. How do I make it run 10 times and still keep the minus minus?
maybe I less and equals to 1. The 1 can maybe change to a 10 or 11. I'm not sure.
Oh, so okay, I make that 10. Okay, 10. Right, and I still keep that minus minus. Let's compile this. Brendan says make the I equals 10, that I'm starting from 10. It doesn't give me anything, Brendan.
Okay.
Marianne?
What about less than and equals to 1?
Oh, so what do I do? What do I make that? What do I make that?
Can we make that?
Brendan?
Yeah. Can we make that a? I was initially thinking changing the 1 to 10, but that wouldn't work, right?
No, that's what you told me. You said change the 1 to 10. There, I changed it.
Okay.
Okay, can I check in a thought here?
Yeah, sure, Marianne.
Okay, so what if we go back to int I equals 1, and then we
Right.
change this middle statement to I is smaller than or equal, or pardon, greater than or equals to minus 8.
Greater than or equal to, what was it? 10.
Minus 8.
I missed the last part. Greater than or equal to?
Minus 8.
Minus 8. Oh, okay, minus 8. I never thought of that. Marianne thinks out of the box over here. Let me compile this thing here. Let's see. I'm so lucky. I've got a compiler to run it to see if it works, right? So there we go. Hey, Marianne, this seems to help, Marianne. But I need to count over here. Count. Oh, gosh. Too much to count. Let me just go and do this, right? Right. So Marianne came up with this idea that I have it 8 and I'm going to count this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Marianne. I'm not going to ask the guys if they agree with you because they'll say yes, they agree with you because they saw the Charlton, Abdul, you agree with Marianne?
Yeah, that's
Charlton.
my response is a constant. Yes.
Oh my, we're talking programming language. Yeah, constant. Yeah. Right, he's constant, right? Marianne, how did you figure that out, Marianne? Please tell us.
Well, if you start with 1, you're looking for 10 things in a decremental direction. So 1, 0, and then it's 10 minus 2, so minus 8.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Right, so if the question has the loop decreasing, you got to change the sign around, right? That's point number 1, right? And be careful, just be careful of that, right? That's what they want to catch you out in this question, right? The decreasing value of the for loop. Right. Thank you, Marianne. I'm getting worried now. You're going to become the e-tutor for us, dear Marianne. You're going to take over all of this and you're going to teach us. Thank you. Well done. I'm well done. No. I'm happy. That's the aim of a teacher. A teacher would like for one of his pupils to basically, emulate him and take over. So lovely. So let's go back to the question and let's see what ma'am was testing you on this. Is there another one? Oh, there's 2 more. Oh, there's a couple more. Right, let's do this one here. Right? There's another one that's decrementing, right? So let's copy that, Control C. Now that we understand what's going on there. Let's go and delete that, Control V. Oh, there's that double quotes there. Let's go change that thingy. All right, let's see what they were. There we go. There we go. They're testing you on the same thing again. The same concept of the negative. And there we go. Let's compile that one. Marianne, I know how you got the answer because you knew this answer. Right, Marianne?
Yeah, so it'll run for 12, 11, 10, and 9. So 4 iterations.
Ah, okay. So there's something wrong with this programming, Marianne. Int equals 12. Oh,
Yeah, and then
there's no
I is
I.
greater than
int I equals 12. Marianne, they forgot the int I equals 12.
So if you could just go back to the question for a sec, please.
Sure. There's an error here. Did you pick up the error? They forgot a starting point. Marianne.
Sir,
Yeah.
are we doing question D?
Yeah, D.
Sir, it does look to me like there is an int in this question.
Yes, there is, but they don't have a starting point. Int I equals 12. Syntax error. Guys,
I
you're with
is
me.
missing.
See that.
Right. This was the
Yes.
original question. The question says int equals 12. They forgot to put I over there.
So I must say I didn't even pick that up. I as I typed that in, I'm so used to seeing I probably just typed in I.
Is that Brendan? Brendan, that's you.
Yes, sir.
So you just assumed, oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But I told you, all right, Brendan missed out the first couple of Zoom sessions where I said copy and paste. Huh? Oh, okay. Right. Brendan, they missed out the I equals 12 there, right? So again,
For sure.
one of the characteristics of the for loop, you must have a starting point, right? You must have an ending point, and the loop variable must change. All right, so they forgot that one. Marianne, you picked it up, Marianne, now?
Okay, I was gonna say now I see it, but if I said I picked it up, I'd be lying because
Yeah,
I was looking at the int thing.
Yeah, right. Anyway, that's my job of you to pick it up and point out all these things to you, right?
So this question had 2 errors, in other words.
Basically, yes, 2 errors. You could not run the program. You can't run a for loop without having a starting point. Check it out.
I just marked it out as it will is the answer was it will bring out an error. That was my response. My answer to that one.
And the error would have been the quotation marks, isn't it?
No, so I had fixed the quotation marks because I thought that's just like a standard error that was across all the questions. But then that int part, I noticed that the I was not there, so I just put the answer as error.
Thank you.
I is not initialized. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Anyway, at least I know I still got a job now to show Marianne one thing or two. Right, Marianne? So note the 3 characteristics. Thank you. The 3 characteristics of the for loop. Number 1, it must have a beginning, it must have an ending, and it must also change inside the loop, right? It can either change by increasing the value of the loop by 1 or by decreasing the value of the loop by 1, all right? Or 2, or even I told you in the beginning of my Zoom lesson that it can also change by 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, right? But be careful. That's what I'm pointing out to you. In the exam, they are out to get you. It's a lousy thing that we as examiners and lecturers do. We want to check whether the student knows their work, right? So that was the error. So let me compile it now. I'm happy. No errors. So this is what happens. The loop starts at 12. It decreases by 1. It goes 12, 11, 10, 9. Marianne, count with me.
It's 4 iterations.
For you. Okay, let's run the program. Here we go. Oh, I can't see that. Marianne is going to say she needs to zoom it in. So you know what, I'm just going to put some spaces in there, right, Marianne, for you, because I know you need to zoom it in and all of that. Maybe you get a magnifying glass, Marianne, and you put it in front of the computer. What do you think about that idea, Marianne? Right.
I didn't think very much of that idea at all.
Now you think, you know,
I'm
right?
kind of
Okay,
sticky, so I don't see very well. So a lot of people have been giving me magnifying glasses for a very long time, and I don't know, they just invariably don't work for me.
okay, no problem, no problem. Marianne, I just put some spaces there, right? I just need some space between you and me, okay? Marianne, you know COVID spaces. Oh man, that was my lame attempt at a joke.
Yeah, but I don't think COVID's something people really find funny. I mean,
No, you're right. Sorry.
Lockdown, masks, whatever, you know, it just was terrible. I mean, gosh,
Now we can look back and say, no. Okay, so there's some space between the stars, right? Count with me, Marianne. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we are going in reverse, right, Marianne? 12.
So 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, man. 12, 11, 10, 9, Marianne.
Okay,
Marianne.
but those things are not. Yes.
I'm going in reverse. I'm starting at 12. I is equal to 12.
Yeah.
I'm decreasing by 1 and I stop at 9. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Good. Let's go to the next question now.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, question. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, question.
I just wanted to get back to the missing I. Was that a general error by the examiner, or was that for us to pick up? Thanks.
Hey, good point, Brandon. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not sure, but I think they hit a miss over there, right? They're supposed to have corrected that error. Okay, Brandon.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't too sure whether I'm being marked for picking up the missing I, or was I just supposed to get the answer of what the loop was trying to do? Thanks.
Oh, okay. I think we got to wait for ma'am to give us the solution, and that's when they'll pick up they'll tell us how they marked it. All right, Brandon?
That is fine, sir. Thank you.
Okay, right, great. Okay, so let's do the next one, the next 1E. I'm going on to that one. And I'm correcting the error there. It says, here's my loop starting from 0. It runs to 5. I like the less than or equal to, and it increments by 1. So let's compile this. This is easy. Mary, just hold on with your response. Anybody else would like to respond? Charlton, Brendan?
It would print out 6.
6 stars.
Print out 6 stars.
Yeah,
okay.
6 stars.
Let's see if Marianne agrees with you. Marianne?
Yes. I'll return the
stars.
support.
Oh, thank you. Let's see 6 stars. With any spaces, no spaces? Oh, goodness. I can't even see this right
No
now.
spaces.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, perfect. Right, we on a roll. Let's do the next one. Let's go faster than this now. Let's see. Let's copy this. Control C. Let's open up code blocks. Let's delete that. Control V. Right, so let's correct the error there. I'm just correcting that error. And all right, so I corrected that error. Oh, what's this now? Lookup I changed. I plus 1. Name lookup of I changed for ISO for scoping imperative. What is it? What are they talking about here? Let's compile this. Compile that. Okay, that seems to be okay. Right. There's also an error out here, right? So I'm copying it as is. And I corrected that one there. So if I remove that, I equals I plus 1. Compile that. By the way, this is what I suspect that they could be asking of it, right? They expected you to note that only this will run. There's no curly brackets there, right? Because it's going to give you a similar answer.
Yeah.
Right, so let's compile that. If I just, by the way, this is also a trick when you are running your program. If you find an error, just comment it out and then go and compile the program. So quickly, Marianne, hold on there. Charlton, what do you think the answer will be? How many stars?
Okay. I just marked that as it brings out an error. Let's
Okay,
see.
okay,
For
okay.
I is 1, I is less than or equal to 5.
Yeah.
It will start from 1, 5 stars.
Marianne, you believe, do you support him, yes or no?
Yes, I do. 5 stars.
Oh, okay. 5 stars. Let's run the program.
I'm giving 5 stars for that.
I'm giving you
Thank
5
you.
stars. Yes, yes, on the
Thank
Yelp review. There we go. 5 stars. You got 5 stars. Yeah, 5 stars, right? Obviously, if we correct that error, but like I said, there's an error out there because of the loop variable being incremented, and it's picking up the compiler. My compiler, my version is saying, there we go. There's a problem there. So let's see. Have we answered the question 1B, A, B, C, D, E, F? Yay! And even came under time, 13:02. Okay, I started at 12:10, but anyway. There we go. With the 5-star rating, I'm going to end my lecture. Right? 5-star rating. I hope I got a 5-star rating from all of you. I hope you learned something today. Well, I always say students vote with their feet. If you don't find it interesting, you won't come to the Zoom lesson. You won't wait 5 minutes for me. So I look at it like that. So thank you very much. I hope you understood the characteristics associated with the for loop. I'm going to repeat myself because that's what teachers do. A for loop must have a starting point. I think you found that out where int I equals 0. There was an I missing there. It must have an ending point. I personally like less than or equal to. I just find it that means I know it runs from 1 to 5. All right. It can either increment or decrement. If it decreases by 1, then you got to change the mathematical sign in between there. All right, and you can also start from a higher number and go down, but just be careful in the exam. Take note of those characteristics. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, question.
Sir.
Good. Yes.
Yes. For curiosity's sake, should we not leave that statement at I is equals to I plus 1
Yes.
and we attempt to run it? How
Yes.
will the program look like?
Right, there'll be an error. It can't run. The program can't run. Right? If you not just curiosity, that's what you do it. Even in the exam as well. Don't go and change the question, please. Right? Don't go and correct the question. Right? So if you try to run it, it's not going to run. It says there's an error. It says look up I, change for ISO, for scoping, da 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 da. All right.
So
Okay.
there's no way to fix it.
No, you can't. If you want to fix it, you could have done it like this, right?
Okay.
You could put them in brackets. This is another way of fixing it, right?
Oh.
And
Okay,
then, but you see, you know what's happening? I'm changing the question, and that should not be the case. I should not be making up my own question in the exam, or unless ma'am tells me that, right? So can you see now? Now it's okay.
Thanks a lot.
If I run this thing, check it out, check it out, check it out. Thank you. They ran 3 times because is that in Chumaleng? Who's talking there? Yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, right? Okay, that's how you can correct the question. All right, so there was 2 errors in there. Error with the quotation marks, and if you want to correct it. This also consolidates what I spoke to you earlier on about the brackets. Right, Marianne? Charlton, you're still with me?
Yes.
Right. Can you see how important brackets are? See how important brackets are. Thank you, Intimaleng, for bringing up that question. I know what, Intimaleng. You wanted to catch me out to see if I know my work. Aha. Intimaleng. Thanks for the question. Who asked the question? Oh, she's lost. I lost her. Okay. All right. Let's blame it on load shedding. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to, and can I call it a day?
A Saturday.
Ah, lovely. You got the joke. You got the joke. Yeah, I'm calling it a Saturday. Right. Okay. So I'm going to say my goodbyes to you. When we're going to take our class photograph, I don't know. When Marianne is going to be ready, she's going to go to the hairdresser and all of that to sort herself out. And oh, there's a question in the chat. Marianne, why didn't you pick that up? The question. Tuso, great session. Thank you, Tuso. I got a 5-star rating from Tuso. What more can a teacher ask for? Tuso, maybe 6 stars. Okay, I'm joking. 5 stars is fine. I'm okay with 5 stars. Thank you, Tuso. Right, thank you, Tuso. Right. So for the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing the review of the assignment questions, and hopefully we'll get a solution from ma'am by that time. And once we finish with this, the forthcoming extraction, Abdul, we're gonna answer past year papers, and will help us to get ready for the exam. Okay. If you'll work with me, I guarantee you will pass. I promise, cross my heart, right? You answer all the assignment questions, you know them in and out. You answer all the lessons, the end of lessons questions. You do the past year papers. You don't have to do a lot. I got lots of past year papers. Hey, maybe I'll share a past year paper with you. Oh, how do you attach something? Okay, I've even got solutions for papers as well, right? So I could do that, and let me see how many solutions I can give you.
Sorry, sir.
So I could share that with you, but y'all are not ready for past year papers right now, okay? So I'll just confuse you. I'll keep you all, when I say, you'll just get stressed out for nothing. But sometimes stress is good too, Let me see there. I've got past year exam papers there. There I've got some solutions, right? I've got some solutions for you. Anybody wants the solutions? I've got 2010 paper and the solution, 2009 and the solution. All right. But you're not ready for that right now, in my opinion.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, Brendan.
I was just wanting to know, can you just give an overview of how the format of the exam is taken? Like, how practically, how do we do it? I may have missed that on previous calls.
Brendan, I can talk to you from last year's experience and the years gone by. The paper is, when I say it's handwritten, it's not as if you have a computer and compiling it and doing it like that, right? But that ma'am will give us a tutorial letter towards the end of, let's say around about September, you get an exam tutorial letter, and they will tell you how it is going to be written. Okay, don't worry about that for now. Just take it one step at a time. Sort out the assignment questions, sort out the past year papers, and we'll look at that later on. Is that okay, Brendan? And I also you have to come for my Zoom lessons, and I'll talk more about that. Okay, Brendan?
Thank you, sir. Noted.
You're welcome, Brendan. Well, by the way, Brendan's not now Group 1E, and he comes to my lessons. What do you think about that, Marianne?
I think that proves something about how the e-tutors go. It seems to me definitely.
Okay. Cool. Right, let's call it a day. Oh, I forgot to stop the recording. You must tell me when to stop the recording, because then we can talk, out of talk. Recording stopped.